Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial. Today we will be talking about Fortigate addresses. So you've been assigned to administer a network as a network administrator, and you find yourself having to use the Fortigate firewall. Yay, pretty exciting, huh? All right. So before you jump into start making IPv4 policies or IPv6 policies or firewall rules, as you might call them, um, you want to first of all start up maybe by creating some addresses. So, for example, if you have different branches and different subnets and a lot of other things, a lot of other maybe IP address you might want to create specific rules for. The first thing you want to do is come into addresses and specify those addresses. So for example, if you had domain controllers in your network and you know that you'll be creating specific rules for those so they don't have direct communication with the outside world, or they don't have any communication at all with any external network or IP address or service, it may be easier for you to specify those addresses in your FortiGate appliance. So you just need to log into the UI, go to addresses, go to policy and objects, and you select addresses, and you hit the create new, and you create new address. You can also create an address group, which is a group of addresses that you can also use to create rules. So if you have a small office and you have different subnets for marketing and finance and HR, and you want to put HR and finance in the same group, so you can create a rule using those two branches or departments. You can always create a group and put them together. So all you need to do to create an address is go to the create new, you select the address, you give it a name. You can call this marketing group, and so you can the address can either be a subnet, an IP range, fqdn, geography, dynamic, and MAC addresses. All of these are very useful when you're creating addresses because you can use them in different ways. So in our example, we can create a marketing group and give it the IP address 10.212.10.0-24. And then you have to select an interface, of course. So we'll do a VPN, I guess. And then we'll go ahead and save the address. And once you go back, you see a list of all the addresses you have currently saved in there. Okay. And once you are done with that, you can also create an address with specific geographical areas. So let's say, for example, you're planning to create a rule for your VPN users to be able to access your company network anytime of the day, and then you realize that there's so many attempted accesses, or as that there will be so many other bad guys out there or people out there trying to access the same service, which can be a VPN or just a web server from other countries, and you want to restrict this. So the only place where this service or VPN can be accessed in is the United States. You just select geography, you give it a name, we can call it United States, and you can give it a color if you want. And once you go in there, you can select the country. So we'll just say United States. And once you do that, you do the external interface, because that's where the IP address will be coming from. So anything coming from outside, that is the United States. Then now at this point, you will go back into your IPv4 policy and you will create a rule that basically policy in Fortinet terms that basically says that if anything is coming from external from the address name United States, which is a geographical region, then allow it to be able to hit my web server internally or access VPN resources. So that's another way you can use addresses to be able to help simplify and create effective rules. You can also use fqdn if you wanted to block Facebook, for example, or if you wanted to do accept access to Facebook if you have a really restricted environment. You can do facebook.com, and you can also do wildcards. So unlike some other firewall appliances, I know pfSense, which is open source that I've made videos on before, does not support wildcards as of now. So you can use the wildcard facebook.com. So anything that is included in the domain facebook.com, if you created a rule for it to block Facebook, it's going to block anything from that domain or allow anything to that domain based on how your rule is set up. So that brings us to an end of this quick tutorial. I hope this helped give you more information about Fortigate addresses. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Also, please subscribe to my channel.